Hello gorgeous. So I filmed this film review last week to put up on that Friday, but then I didn't post anything that Friday because I was really tired. So I thought that this Friday I didn't have to film anything because I was like, I'll just upload that one. I deleted it because I'm an idiot. Then I refilmed it. I realised that whole thing was out of focus, so I've just given up on that idea now. I thought I'd do something a bit different today because I turned 19 last Saturday, which is still freaking me out, and I found this letter which I wrote to myself for me to read when I'm 19. And it says, if you are 19, do not read this, Molly. Not gonna lie, I may have read this several times before now, but I'm gonna read it now because I'm allowed to. So yeah, this is gonna be a fun thing to read. And it's really long and my handwriting was terrible. Okay, let's start. Dear Molly, when you read this, you'll be 19 years old. The Molly who is writing this is 16 years old. I haven't used any punctuation. This is awful. The date today is the 18th of April 2012. Oh, that was a long time ago. No, it was about 2.5 years ago. A lot of people think the world will end in 2012. Thanks to the lovely Charlie is so cool. I now know that the world probably won't end. Everything you know is from Charlie is so cool. I remember in my other letter, I kept asking myself questions like, how are you and are you single? Oh yeah, backstory, I wrote a letter to myself when I was 13 for me to read when I was 16, and I guess this is my second letter. Of course future me knew the question's answers, and therefore the questions were pointless. Yeah, Molly, good job. All I wanted to know was what past me was like and what future me is like in comparison. I'm sure that you know by now that I tend to analyse everything a bit too much. Yeah, you do. You still do. It's not a quirky trait, Molly, it's just stupid, and it actually ruined your life for a little bit of time, so don't do that. Anyways, my full name is Molly. I don't know if I want to share my full name with you, not because I like worried about security because it's 2014, but just because I don't feel like it's necessary. Like, I'm mollyisfortissimo on YouTube. My real name is for documents. So yeah, plus my real name is really long, so who cares? My real name's Molly, just like my last name. I have 3 cats, Fluffy, Percy, and the new cat, who we are, next page, currently calling Ginger Nut. I'm not sure what his actual name is yet. Well, now we know his name is Tony, and we still have him, so that's good. I love to write. I've tried to keep a diary, but my true passion is fiction. That's why I prefer to write fiction, and read it too. Actually, it's the opposite now. I prefer to write non-fiction and read non-fiction, so funny how that's changed. But I still read a lot of fiction and stuff, but I'm more into non-fiction. I love to read. I go through phases. I spelled phases wrong. Sometimes I won't read and just write my own stuff. But sometimes if there's a book I'm reading and I love, I will read it and not do fiction writing. I also do music. I sing, play violin and basic piano. Same thing. Add ukulele to that. Some people think I'm crazy, and that may be true to some extent. You were completely insane when you were 16. I'm not really insane now, I'm more sane, but just in an insane way. That should be my Twitter bio. Called it. I love entertaining people and making people laugh. Comedy is what gives me confidence. Jesus Christ, Molly, calm down. I used to just say really inappropriate things and people would laugh because they were so uncomfortable. I don't know if that actually counts. I make videos on YouTube, still doing that, although at this point I was probably making beauty videos, which I enjoyed, but after a while I was just kind of like, I hate beauty gurus so much. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Albert Einstein is my favorite quote. I actually put imagination is more important than creativity, and I know that I got that wrong, so well done. I knew the quote. I probably just wrote it down without thinking about it. Lastly, my current best friend is Ollie, and we get on really well. That same, yo bud, what's happening, Ols? I hope you met Lucy, or an equivalent. Okay, so I used to have this fantasy that I would finish sixth form and then become a famous YouTuber and then meet a girl named Lucy. We would be like the female Diane Phil, and we'd live together and make videos together all the time, and it would be great. Unfortunately, I don't know anyone called Lucy, so it looks like that's not gonna happen. But I've kind of realised that I don't need Lucy because, surprisingly, I don't think after I finish college I'm gonna become a full-time YouTuber. I think that's very unrealistic and a bit silly. Love, Molly X. Okay, so what we've learned about 16-year-old Molly is she's an arsehole. She speaks weirdly. I used to speak so weirdly. I still speak quite weirdly. But I basically spent 3 years of my high school life watching nothing but Frasier, so I started speaking a bit differently. I'd like to say to 30-year-old Molly, You're probably dead. I hope I'm alive when I'm 30, but knowing the amount of times I walk into cars, I think it's fairly unlikely. I'm surprised I'm still alive now. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you.